Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, dear devotees, please accept our humble obeisances. All glories to Srila Prabhupada. Welcome to this morning's Srimad Bhagavatam class. It's from Canto 2, Chapter 10, and Text 33. We're fortunate to have His Grace Vishnugada Prabhu from ISKCON, Philadelphia, to give a class this morning. Hare Krishna, welcome back. Please accept our humble obeisances. All glories to Srila Prabhupada. Yeah, and it's all yours.
I'm actually still in India, but anyway.
Oh, you're still in India? Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, wonderful. Well, thank you for taking the time to do this. Hare Krishna.
Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari. You're welcome to unmute if you like, if you can.
Okay. Yeah.
Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari.
Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Vihari.
Gopi Janavallabha Girivaradhari.
Jaya Gopi Janavallabha Girivaradhari.
Gopi Janavallabha Girivaradhari.
Gopi Janavallabha Girivaradhari.
Jashodanandana Braja Janaranjana.
Vishuranandana Prajajanaranjana.
Jashodanandana Braja Janaranjana.
Vishuranandana Prajajanaranjana.
Jamunatira Vanachari.
Jamunatira Vanachari.
Jamunatira Vanachari.
Jamunatira Vanachari.
Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari.
Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Vihari.
Jai Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari.
Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Vihari.
Jai Om Vishnugada Paramahamsa Paribrajak Acharya Ashtottara Satashi Srimal His Divine Grace A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Maharaj Prabhupada Ki Jai.
Jai.
Ananta Koti Vaishnavrinda Ki Jai.
Jai.
ISKCON Founder Acharya Srila Prabhupada Ki Jai.
Jai.
Namacharya Srila Haridas Thakur Ki Jai.
Jai.
प्रेम से कहो श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर शिवासादि गौर भक्तवृंद की जय.
Jai.
श्री श्री राधा कृष्ण गोप गोपीनाथ श्याम कुंद राधा कुंद गिरि गोवर्धन की जय.
Jai.
वृंदावन धाम की जय.
Jai.
नवद्वीप मायापुर धाम की जय.
Jai.
जगन्नाथ पुरी धाम की जय.
Jai.
गंगा माई की जय.
Jai.
जमुना माई की जय.
Jai.
तुलसी देवी की जय.
Jai.
भक्ति देवी की जय.
Jai.
समवेता भक्त वृंद की जय.
Jai.
गौर प्रेमानंदे.
Hari Hari Bo.
All glories to the assembled devotees.
Hare Krishna.
All glories to the assembled devotees.
Hare Krishna.
All glories to the assembled devotees.
Hare Krishna.
All glory to Sri Sri Guru and Sri Gauranga Hari Hari Bol. Nama Om Vishnu Padaya Krishna Prishtaya Bhutale Srimate Bhakti Vedanta Shami Iti Namane. Namaste Saraswate Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirbhishesha Shunyabadi Paschatya Deshatharine. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya.
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 We are reading from Srimad Bhagavatam, second canto, 10th chapter, 33rd verse. Etad bhagavato rūpaṁ sthūlaṁ te vyāhṛtaṁ mahy-ādibhiś cāvaraṇair aṣṭabhir bahir āvṛtam. Etad bhagavato rūpaṁ sthūlaṁ te vyāhṛtaṁ mahy-ādibhiś cāvaraṇair aṣṭabhir bahir āvṛtam. Etad bhagavato rūpaṁ sthūlaṁ te vyāhṛtaṁ mahy-ādibhiś cāvaraṇair aṣṭabhir bahir āvṛtam. Please chant.
Etad bhagavato rūpaṁ sthūlaṁ te vyāhṛtaṁ mahy-ādibhiś cāvaraṇair aṣṭabhir bahir āvṛtam. Hare Krishna.
Very good.
etad bhagavato rūpaṁ sthūlaṁ te vyāhṛtaṁ mahy-ādibhiś cāvaraṇair aṣṭabhir bahir-āvṛtam.
एतत् भगवतो रूपं शूलं ते विहृतं मया मही-ādibhiś cāvaraṇair aṣṭabhir Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Etad. All these bhagavata of the personality of Godhead, rūpaṁ form, sthūlaṁ gross, te unto you, vyāhṛtaṁ explained, mayā by me, mahi the planets, ādibhi and so on, cha unlimitedly, avaranayi by coverings, aṣṭabhir by 8, bahir external, āvṛtam covered. Translation. Thus, by all this, the external feature of the personality of Godhead is covered by gross forms such as those of planets, which were explained to you by me. Purport. As explained in the Bhagavad Gita, 7th chapter, 4th verse, the separated material energy of the personality of Godhead is covered by 8 kinds of material coverings: earth, water, fire, air, sky, mind, intelligence, and false ego. All these are emanations from the personality of Godhead as his external energy. These coverings are just like the coverings of clouds for the sun. The cloud is a creation of the sun, yet it actually covers the eyes so that one cannot see the sun. The sun cannot be covered by clouds. The cloud can at utmost extend a few hundreds of miles in the sky, but the sun is far greater than millions of miles. So a 100-mile covering is not competent to cover millions of miles. Therefore, one of the various energies of the Supreme Personality of Godhead cannot, of course, cover the Lord. But these coverings are created by him to cover the eyes of the conditioned souls who want to lord it over the material nature. Actually, the conditioned souls are covered by the illusory creative cloud of matter. And the Lord reserves the right of not being exposed to their eyes. Because they have no eyes of transcendental vision, and because they cannot see the personality of Godhead, they therefore deny the existence of the Lord and the transcendental form of the Lord. The covering of the gigantic material feature is accepted by such men with a poor fund of knowledge, and how this is so is explained in the following verse. Om Jnana Timirandasya Jnananjana Shalakaya Chakshudhan Militam Jena Tasmai Shri Gurave Nama Shri Chaitanya Manobhishtam Stapitam Jena Bhutale Shayam Rupakadamayam Dadati Shapandantikam Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shivasadi Gaur Bhakti Vrinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare. Thus, by all this, the external feature of the personality of Godhead is covered by gross forms such as those of planets, which were explained to you by me. Before speaking, I'd like to first seek blessings and permission from all devotees, and particularly those who are senior by age and or advancement of Krishna consciousness. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Bol. So this purport, Srila Prabhupada talks about the material energy covering the eyes of the conditioned soul. And you know the verse from Bhagavad Gita, perhaps, Bhagavad Gita 7:4. Bhumir, apo, analo, vayu, kammano buddhirevacha, ahankara etiyamme, bhinna prakriti ashtadha. He calls these different substances, material energies, as his separated material energy. It's very interesting that although they're all lumped together as his material energy, variety, 8 varieties. So in one sense, they're the same, but in another sense, there's differences between them. From the earth, as we've read previously in this chapter, the sense object related to earth is, you remember what it is? Anybody?
Smell.
Yes. So the various scents or woods and water carries with it taste. Fire, by the fire or the irradiation element, radiant element, we see, able to see various shapes, eye, air by touch, etc. So even though they're all one material energy, still there's variety, and one may consider why that is. Well, one explanation that's been said is that we, in this material world, as soon as we forget Krishna, immediately Maya comes and grabs us. The verse is Krishna bhuliya jiv bhogavancha kare hashite maya tare japatiya dhare. Krishna bhuliya jiv means when the living entity forgets Krishna. Why do we forget Krishna? Because we want to enjoy separately. Bhoga, vancha. Vancha means desiring or wanting. Bhoga, we want to enjoy. Vancha, separately. Vancha kare. Pashite mayatare japati adari. Immediately Maya grabs us. So one expert method of grabbing the conditioned soul is offering us a variety of opportunities for material enjoyment to keep us ignorant of the truth behind the material energy, which is Krishna. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
So actually, we even though we identify so much with the physical body, the first instruction that Lord Krishna really hammers into Arjuna and the chapter of Bhagavad Gita is to help us really firmly fix in our consciousness that we are not a part of this material nature. And he's reiterating that in the 7th chapter. But before that, in the 2nd chapter, he says, never was there a time when I did not exist, nor you, nor any of these kings, nor in the future shall any of us cease to be. And he says that just as we change our bodies in this life, similarly we change into another body at death. And of course, people like to talk about reincarnation, and as some kind of it's a kind of a interesting concept. But if you really think about it, if you can be a different person at another time, a previous life or in a future life, the conclusion that would be natural to come to from that situation is that you're not the physical body if you were some other body at some other time. So Lord Krishna really capitalizes and headlines this idea in the 2nd chapter, going so far as to saying that you're never born, najayate, never die, namriyate, at any time. You don't come into being, you will not come into being, you have not come into being. And the word nitya, nitya can be construed in different ways according to context, but Lord Krishna covers all his bases in these 2nd chapter verses to make sure we understand the soul is different from matter. And then he says, nainam chindati shastrani, nainam dahati pavaka. The soul, you and I, we're not, it can't be cut by any weapon, burned by fire, withered by the wind, moistened by water. All those material elements that we were just talking about that are part of Maya's arsenal to keep us ignorant of our real position in relationship with the Supreme Personality of Godhead. So, to help us free ourselves from illusion, it's important, as done in this chapter, for us to begin to see things even within this material world in relation to the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Therefore, later in the chapter, you probably know in the next few verses, Lord Krishna instructs us about how to relate even the external energies that we see as coming from the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Do you have any examples of that? Anyone?
You mean external energy coming from the Supreme Personality of Godhead?
Yes. And later in this same chapter, he gives different recommendations to Arjuna. I just didn't ask the question too well. That's probably why. Rasoham, Apsu Kaunteya. You remember these ones. Well, how's it go? Rasoham. Go ahead. It's a Gopal. Come on.
Rasoham apsu kaunteya prabhasmi shashi suryayo.
Then Pranava sarva vedeshu shabdake paurusham nishu.
Yeah.
I am, and the translation, Nitya-Gopal, Prabhu?
I am the ras, means taste in the water.
Taste in the liquid. Yeah.
Prabhasmi shashi, among the illumination, I am the sun.
Well, what happened to the Shashi?
Among the stars, I am the moon.
But he's the light of the sun and the moon. He doesn't say nakshatranam yet. That's later that's the next in 10th chapter. Yeah, I'm the light of the sun and the moon. What else?
And the last one is among the men, I am the.
No, that's you're going to the next verse. Pranava sarva vedeshu. And I'm the syllable Om. You know, everybody likes to chant Om, especially the Vedic mantras often start with them. And he said, "Oh, I am Om. By the way, I'm Om. Pranava sarva vedeshu." That people chant, "I am Om." Shabdake, I'm the sound in ether. That's Krishna. Paurusham Nashu, and the ability, this ability in being human beings. Then he says, Punyo Ganda Pritivyam Cha Tejas Chasmi Vibhavaso. I am the original fragrance of the earth. That's we were talking about earth and the scent or odor of. I'm the original fragrance of the earth. Punyo Ganda. So when we have that smell when it's things. I don't know if you still have a lot of snow still there in Harrisburg. But when things thaw out, then the scent of the earth comes. That's Krishna. Punyo Ganda Pritivam Tejas Chasmi. I'm the heat and light of the fire. Tejas Chasmi Vava. Jivanam Sarva Bhuteshu. I am the life of all that lives. Tapas Chasmi Tapasvishu. I am the penances of ascetics. Balam Balavatam Chaham. I am the strength of the strong. Kamaraja Vivarjitam. When it's not used as for bullying purposes. Strength used for the proper purpose, that's Krishna. Dharmo virutabhuteshu kamosmi bharatar shaba. And sex life, according to religious principles, that's also, Krishna says, that I am. So the purpose and the direction given by Lord Krishna in this chapter and in this purport is to help us connect seeing things even within the material world, and that can be seen as part of the universal form, but in relationship to Krishna. Because it's a fact that everything's in relationship to Krishna, but because of our conditioning, we forget it all the time. So reminding ourselves of that fact is really the effort and the endeavor of Krishna consciousness. So there's many. Prabhupada gives the example in the purport. I don't. Can you put the purport up there for a second again, Parikshit Prabhu?
Okay.
I wanted to ask the august audience about one of the sentences there, because I did a little research, but I couldn't come to a conclusion about it. Now, see here in this first, he says, all these he names the 8 kinds of material energy, and all these are emanations from the personality of Godhead as his external energy. These coverings are just like coverings of the cloud and the sun. Yeah. So it says the separated material energy is covered by 8 kinds of material coverings. So it seems like it's saying first there that the material energy is itself covered by these material elements. Follow what I'm saying?
Yes, like 2 energies are coming here. One is original and one is this eight things.
And in the Bhagavad Gita is covered by 8. Yeah. And I tried to investigate that, and I didn't come up with any rational explanation that I could understand. What do you Prabhus think? Or Vaishnavis? Any brave souls?
You're talking about the 8 coverings?
First sentence. It says the separated material energy is covered. And usually I'm thinking of the material energy itself as the covering. But say in this first sentence, it says the separated material energy is covered by these 8 coverings: earth, water, fire, air. You see?
Yeah, I understand.
Do you have any opinion about that, Parikshit Prabhu?
It's hard to kind of have an opinion about it when, well, the universes are covered by these: earth, water, fire, air, and ether, mind, intelligence, false ego. So that's one way to look at it. And the universes comprise the external energy of the Lord. Therefore, the external energy of the Lord is covered, because every universe is covered by these 8 things anyway, one being 10 times bigger than the next one preceding. That's about as close to explaining as I could do with this.
Okay, so you're saying that actually it's just the gross coverings. I don't think my understanding is the mind, intelligence, and false ego aren't the coverings of the
the gross coverings, 7.
The 5. So it'd only be 5, but that's at least an attempt at understanding this. Yeah. So that those are the coverings, and within that there's the other material energies. Okay.
Which the whole set of universes, which comprise the
the
external
set of
energy of the Lord.
universes.
Yeah.
Dear Krishna Prabhu, would you happen to have any idea of this? Or maybe you're too busy at work or something?
Sometimes it gets off and then comes back on. So,
Okay.
So it depends on.
Yeah, I didn't want to just ignore that, because I could ignore it, but it seemed a little. Usually I usually think of the material energies, those 8 things themselves, as the coverings, and which are just the manifestations of the material world that we see. And although it is Krishna's energy, we forget that it's Krishna's energy. And that's why I was saying about reconnecting it through like the verses of Bhagavad Gita, etc. And Lord Krishna in the Bhagavad Gita, he explains this same subject. He says, avyāhṛtaṁ vyāhṛtaṁ āpannam manyate mam abudhaya. That people who are not very intelligent, abudhaya means not very smart, they think that I'm unmanifest and I become manifest. And then he says, Naham prakasha sarvasa yogamaya samavrita mudhoyam nabijanati lokoyam ajam avyayam. That I'm not manifest to everybody. For them, I am covered by my yogamaya potency, so they can't see me, who am above them and eternal. And then Srila Prabhupada writes in the purport of that verse that someone might argue that, well, wait a minute. When Krishna was present on the planet, he was manifest to lots of people, even people who were not Krishna conscious. What about that? So what was the answer? You might remember. He says,
they see him, but they don't know that he is the Supreme Personality of Godhead.
Exactly,
they don't make that connection. Yeah.
Correct. That's right. Parikshit Prabhu, very good. Yeah. That even though Krishna was visible to the people, many people, most of the people couldn't understand his being the Supreme Personality of Godhead. And they saw him as, like in the previous verse, as just an ordinary person. They think his personality is ordinary, that he's not. Even what to speak of, ordinary persons, big philosophers, they have a hard time understanding Krishna as the Supreme Personality of Godhead. And why do they have that difficulty? Well, number one, because they want to maintain their, and our fallacy can also be the same. We want to maintain our independence and enjoy separately from Krishna. And we're envious of Krishna. We refuse to surrender unto him and to engage in his service. And for those who engage in his service, the coverings of the material energy, they are withdrawn by his mercy. But without his mercy, nothing's going to work. It doesn't work. He's more powerful. His ability to cover himself by his internal potency is more powerful than our ability to try to penetrate the coverings of his yogamaya potency. So therefore, the devotee prays, so Lord Krishna, you please remove that covering of your dazzling effulgence in the Sri Upanishad. Hiranmayena patrena satyasyapi tammukam tatvan pusana parvanu satya dharmaya drishtaya. Oh, my Lord, your real face is covered by your dazzling effulgence. So please kindly remove that effulgence so that I can see your form of bliss. And Queen Kunti also mentions the similar thing in her prayers in the beginning of her prayers after the battle of Kurukshetra. Maya javani kachchanam agyarhoksajamavyayam nalakshashe mudhadrisha nato natyadaro yata. Oh, my Lord, your existence is covered just like a curtain. You know, you've been to a play, and behind the curtain, all things are going on, and you can't know what's going until they open the curtain. So Lord Krishna's Queen putting it like that the curtain of Yogamaya is covering Lord Krishna's actual activities and identity. So nalakshase mudhadusha. Most people who are not very intelligent, they don't recognize Krishna as the Supreme Personality of Godhead because he's expert in, like an actor on stage is not recognized in his usual identity. So anyway, the best method for we persons to begin to appreciate Krishna and to see his position and his relationship with everything that we see in the world is by studying Bhagavad Gita, hearing from realized souls, and engaging in his service by chanting the Hare Krishna mantra regularly. It's not by any other method that we can appreciate God except through his service, getting his mercy. Even great philosophers like Sarvabhauma Bhattacharya, he was bewildered as to the real identity of Krishna as Lord Chaitanya, even though his brother-in-law cited a number of verses describing Lord Chaitanya as the incarnation of the Supreme Personality of Godhead. But because he was still attached to his position as being a big philosopher with many thousands of students, then he couldn't accept those ideas. So then his brother then quoted a verse from Srimad Bhagavatam, a very nice verse. Atapi te deva padambujadvayam prashadu leshanu grihita evahi janati tadvam bhagavan mahimno nachanyame kopi charan vichinvan. Gopinath Acharya, who was his brother-in-law, said, my dear brother, you can go on trying to figure out and try to understand God for millions of years by the speculative method, but you will not be successful. But if you just get one tiny drop of mercy from the two lotus feet, prashado lesha means a drop, prashado leshan, from the two lotus feet of Krishna, then you can understand. And how can you get a drop of mercy from the lotus feet of Krishna? Yasya prashada bhagavat prashado yasya prashada nagiti kutopi. Srila Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur in his prayers cites the best and most efficient way to do that is to please the spiritual master. And when the spiritual master is pleased, then Krishna is pleased. And at that point, Krishna, of his own will can remove the coverings of our consciousness so that we can actually understand and appreciate his presence everywhere and in the heart of our heart and in the hearts of all living beings. It would be a wonderful step in Krishna consciousness. Anyway, those are my thoughts on this verse. Does anyone have any observations or questions or comments?
Thank you, Prabhu. Very nice discussion here. And as you heard, dear devotees, if you have any questions, you have any comments, please unmute yourself and ask or share as you like. Hare Krishna.
Or reflections, could be a reflection. Doesn't have to be even a question.
Hare Krishna, Prabhu. Dandavad Pranam. So while you are referring the Kunti Maharani shloka, this reference comes Yoga Maya and Mahamaya. So I was trying to understand when the Yoga Maya covers and when Mahamaya acts on it, the difference.
So when Yoga Maya acts when? Could you clarify the question?
I think usually I thought only Mahamaya illusions the conditioned soul, but I think in this shloka, the Yoga Maya's reference come. I thought Yoga Maya only works and helps in Krishna's pastimes, doesn't interfere with the conditioned soul.
Yeah, the same verse is there, and the same idea is there in the Bhagavad Gita. Naha prakasham sarvasya Yoga Maya samavrita. So he's saying that because of Yoga Maya, people can't see it. You follow?
Yeah. So Yoga Maya also interfere with the conditioned soul.
Yes.
I see. Okay. That's what the question.
Yoga Maya versus Mahamaya. My understanding is that just like the Prabhupada gives the example of the cloud, and when we're actually thinking of the cloud, we think it covers our vision, but it covers the sun. I'm sorry, it covers the sun, but really our cover, we're covered. The sun's not covered.
Right.
So yeah. So from our side, it's Mahamaya. From Krishna's side, it's his Yoga Maya.
I see. Okay.
That's how I take it.
Okay. Yeah, wonderful. Thank you, Prabhu.
Hare Krishna. Thank you, Prabhu, for describing it that way. That was a nice analogy. Yeah. Any other questions or comments? Please unmute yourself. Hare Krishna.
Okay.
Well, there's no questions, there's nothing in the chat, so we'd like to thank you. Wonderful.
Yeah, that's a little tough. This was a little tough one to talk about, this one. It's a little tough. But anyway, thank you all. And Parikshit Prabhu.
Thank you, Prabhu.
Hare Krishna. Glory to Srila Prabhupada. Hari Bol.
Yes, Prabhupada. Thank you so much. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.